students, and welcome to the part 3 of Food Where Does It Come From? In the previous class, we have stopped on topic 1.5, What does animal eat? And I told you to think about it. Well, now I'm going to talk about it today. What are the things that pigeon eat, lizard eat, right? Or a small insect eat? For that particular purpose, we are going to basically work on this table 1.5. Firstly, we are talking about buffaloes. They eat grass, they eat oil cake, they eat hay as well as grain. When you are going to talk about the cat, they basically eat small animals, birds, they also drink milk. Now the next one is rat. So students, have you ever thought what does a rat eat? So rat eat bread, rat also eat grains. So there might be so many students जिनको ये ब्रेड बटर बहुत पसंद है, राइट? फिर आता है बच्चों आपका लायन. We know it's a carnivorous animal, so it is going to survive on basically flesh of other animals. Next one is tiger. Again, it will also survive on flesh of other animals. नेक्स्ट वन इज स्पाइडर. तो बच्चों आपको क्या लगता है स्पाइडर क्या कंज्यूम करता होगा? द करेक्ट आंसर इज स्मॉल इंसेक्ट्स. यू माइट हैव सीन सो मेनी टाइम्स जो छोटे छोटे इंसेक्ट्स होते हैं वो स्पाइडर के वेब में फंस जाते हैं एंड देन स्पाइडर्स फीड ऑन दो स्मॉल इंसेक्ट्स. नाउ कम्स द हाउस लिजर्ड. Similarly, they also feed on small insects again. Cow. What does cow consume? They also consume grass, they also consume leaves, they consume mustard, right? फिर आता है बच्चों human beings. We know human beings consume both vegetarian as well as non-vegetarian food, which means we can eat rice, chapatis, idli, dosa, sambar, vada pav, chicken, eggs, meat, etc. Now comes the butterfly. Butterfly basically they consume what students? They consume nectar. Last one is crow. What does crow feed on? So they also feed on small insects. Then they also consume grains, they also consume meat, right? These are some of the things that animals eat as their food. Now comes the next thing. There are 3 questions in this activity number 7. That is, what are herbivores, what are carnivores, and what are omnivores? So students, herbivores are those animals which depend on plant and plant-based products for their food need. Okay. So after that, second comes carnivores. Carni means meat, vores means eaters. So those animals which feed on the flesh of another animals, they are known as carnivores. Another name for carnivores is also meat eaters. Then comes last, that is omnivores. Now what about those kind of animals which can feed on plant product, which can feed on animal product as well? They are known as omnivores. So organisms which feed on both plant as well as animal products are known as simply omnivores. Now there is a table given to you in which there are 3 sections or 3 segments, in which first one is for herbivores, second one is for carnivores, and third one is for omnivores. Now students, what we are going to do, first let's talk about herbivores, those which survive on plant-based product, first one is cow, after that elephant, okay, then goat, donkey, camel, in fact rabbit, right? All these are herbivores animal. After that, students, next comes what are basically your carnivore animals, right? What do they feed on? Basically, what are their names that we are going to discuss about currently? Tiger, they are also carnivores. We just studied over here, right? They also survive on flesh of other animals. After that, we can write spider, we can write house lizards, right? Basically, all these feed on what? All these feed on flesh of the animals only. Okay, so for that purpose, butterfly also, eat insect. Next one is omnivores, which feed on both the plants as well as animals. Students, can you guess some of them? Let's talk about we human beings. Humans are also omnivores because they feed on both the plants as animals. After that, let's talk about crow, let's talk about rat, let's talk about cat. All these are omnivores animals which feed on both plant as well as animal based product. Now, we know that there are many among us who do not get sufficient food. We need to find ways by which more food can be produced in the country. That will not be enough. We will need to find the ways to ensure that food is made easily available to each one of us. तो बच्चों, क्योंकि हमारे देश में बहुत ही तंगी है फूड की, हर एक परिवार को सफिशेंट अमाउंट में फूड नहीं मिल सकता, तो ऐसी क्या चीज़ें हैं जिनको आप फॉलो कर सकते हैं, एंड बाय दैट वी कैन मेक श्योर कि जितने भी लोग हमारी कंट्री में हैं, नो वन शुड बी डिप्राइव्ड ऑफ द फूड. सबसे पहली चीज़ तो स्टॉप वेस्टिंग फूड, राइट? खाने को वेस्ट करना हमें बंद करना चाहिए. इफ देर इज एनी फंक्शन एंड देर इज एक्स्ट्रा अमाउंट ऑफ फूड विच इज लेफ्ट, you can donate it to the needy peoples, right? After that, good good quality crops should be grown. After that, the education, how to do the agriculture work, what kind of fertilizer we have to use, right? It's very important to get knowledge about that, right? पढ़ेगा इंडिया तभी आगे बढ़ेगा इंडिया, स्टूडेंट्स. So study is beneficial even for the agriculture purpose as well. With this, we are done with our topics. Now let's go through the keywords. First keyword was ingredient. Ingredient क्या होता है, right? Whenever you are cooking any of the food item, right? Suppose we are preparing dal. What are the products you are going to use in order to make dal? Firstly is going to be your dal itself, then is going to be your water, right? Spices, oil, basically all the items which you are going to put in order to make your dish is known as ingredients, right? ये सारे ही ingredients count होते हैं. Now second one is edible. What is edible? Edible means those items which are eatable. Okay. Third one is nectar. What do you mean by nectar, student? So this is nothing but this is basically the juice of the flower. Okay. Fourth one is sprouted seeds. When you are going to basically keep the seeds in water for one day, after that you will drain out the water and take a wet cotton cloth and tie those seeds in wet cotton cloth for another day. On the next morning you will observe that white like structure will start to come out from your seed, and these kind of seeds in which this white structure come out is known as sprouted seeds, right? छोटे छोटे roots जो होते हैं they basically come out from the seed. फिर फिफ्थ क्वेश्चन है कि herbivores क्या होते हैं? Those organisms which feed on plant and plant based product for their survival, they are known as herbivores, or you can say plant eaters, right? They are basically the plant eaters. Next is your carnivores. Carnivores are the meat eaters, those organisms which depend on other animals for their food needs, or which survive on the meat of other animals, are known as carnivores. Then comes the last one. What is omnivores, student? Those organisms which feed both on plants as well as animal products are known as omnivores, right? They are plant as well as meat eaters. So make sure you are going to remember all these points as they are very important to remember. उसके बाद you might have observed after each and every chapter a summary is going to be provided to you. It's very important to go through it as the whole chapter is given to you as a summary, as a sum up over here. सबसे पहले हमने क्या पढ़ा था? Variation of food, right? In India, different regions are there, the climates are different, and because of this reason, people eat different kind of food according to their region, according to their climate, according to their caste, right? Second thing is, what is the main source of food? आपने जाना कि plant और animal हमारे food के main source होते हैं. सबसे ज़्यादा variety कौन food में आपको provide करता है? So that is plants. Next question is, what are herbivores? हमने अभी पढ़ा. Animals which eat only plant are known as herbivores. Carnivore क्या होते हैं? Animals which eat only other animals, they are carnivores. फिर last one is, what are omnivores? So animals which eat both plant as well as other animals are known as omnivores. So students, all the best to all of you as we are done with the very first chapter of our new class, that is your 6th standard, right? Now what you have to do, whatever I have taught to you in these 3 parts, you are going to basically self-study it and give yourself some time to absorb each and every concept of it. Okay? Now in part 4, I am going to teach you all the questions and provide you with their answers so that we are good to go to complete this chapter. If you like my video, please make sure to like the video, subscribe my video. Alright, so see you in the next class, students. Till then, I'll take your leave.